Hi, so it's Tamarsha Main again. So recently, I guess because of Russell Wilson announcing that Ciara and he are celibate, a lot of topic has come on celibacy, and I spoke in two prior videos about that. One, I feel like what you do between you and whoever you're with, none of anybody else's business. I have been in my relationship for 5 years and we have been celibate. A lot of people don't want to believe it. A lot of people ask me, do we do other things? A lot of people have even at first asked. I've come to the point where I don't even like to talk about he and I's sex life, what we do personally. I don't bring it up when other people talk. I just stay silent because a lot of people just don't understand. It's nobody's business. It is nobody's business, and it's kind of like I don't need anybody's validation in what I do. But I decided to what I do between my boyfriend and I. But I decided to make this video because a lot of people think that it's impossible, and I'm trying to tell you that it's not impossible. You can be in a loving, long-term relationship and not have sex. You can. It's possible. However, both people in the relationship must agree with it, must want it, especially the guy. Yes, we're living in an age of equality, and however, we're not. How our minds and our bodies are set up as male and female are not the same, and men can have more of a dominance, less self-control as women. So I think that when a man makes up his mind to be celibate in the relationship, this is what I've just seen in my relationship. I can't speak for other relationships. You have more of a chance of you two really being celibate. Also, it has to do with your beliefs, sharing common beliefs, spiritual aspects, spirituality. My boyfriend and I are both Christians. We share that spiritual aspect. Also, it's just hard. It's hard to explain because even I told my own father, and my own father didn't want to believe me. Because in today's society, that's all you see. That's all you see, sex being talked about, and it's not impossible. I know plenty of young men and women who are not having sex. I'm in my mid-20s. Okay, I'm in my mid-20s, so I'm at a point of life where half the people I know have children. Half the people I grew up with have children, or maybe even more than half. I'm in the point of my life where I'm not. I have all types of friends. I have Christian friends and non-Christian friends. So it's not impossible. And the thing is that when you really both have set that goal, after a while it becomes more and more easier. And because we've waited so long, it's like exciting, because on my wedding night I know that I've waited so long, and it was like something that we did together, and it makes it more worth it. It makes it more sweeter. It makes it more exciting. Like, that's something that I'm looking forward to doing on my wedding night. It's just and I think people put too much thought behind it. Oh, I can't live without it. I have to do other things. You don't. I think that God will help you through. You have to just keep that in your mind that you can do it. It takes a discipline, and once you're disciplined about something, it just becomes easier. It's like, I've been natural for 10 years. This November will be 10 years since I've been natural. And when I first went natural, there was barely anybody that went natural. There was no natural hair products in the stores. And I could have given up. I've seen many people throughout these 10 years just give up becoming natural. Give up and take care of the hair. Just go and get a relaxer. But you know what? Year after year, it just became easier and easier for me to take care of my hair. It became easier and easier for me to wash my hair. It's about that discipline. You know, the longer you stick to something, the easier it gets. Don't give up. So don't, and also I would say, one thing I do have to say is like, don't put down somebody or say, how can you do it if they choose to do that path. It's something that I feel like is very, very rewarding and something that's very personal to me. Some of the things that put the nail in the coffin for me was when I found about this soul ties, but it's been, I've heard it, you know, in church, but also in science, you're giving parts of yourself every time you have sex with somebody. So when you think about that, I like to look at it from the spiritual aspect. I usually like to look at stuff from scientifically and spiritually, but when I explain this, I like to explain it from the spiritual aspect, because you ever have an attitude or a disdain for something and you're like, I wonder, you know, why I don't like this, or hatred for something, because you don't know what that person, what spiritual messed up things they have, and now they put that in you, and now you have it and you pass it to somebody. So it's just, sex is something that's very personal, and it's very sacred. It's very sacred and spiritual. You have to be very careful. Society will corrupt your mind and think that things are impossible, but nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. And I'm glad to say that I am a young person that is not going by society's standards. And the thing is that I try not to judge those who can't do it, or I don't think people can't do it. I try not to judge those who have decided not to save themselves, because it could be me. Had I have not met who I am with, God-fearing young man, I don't know, I can't say that. I can't say how I would feel about this, where would I be with this, to be honest. I really can't. So it could very well be me. So I try not to judge in that situation. I try not to judge people in general, but especially in that situation, I really try not to. I'm not gonna claim that I'm holier than thou at all. At all. But I just, you know, it's all discipline. That's all it takes. It's just a reward. And at the end of the day, you know, it's a reward coming to you.